2023 Toyota Prius first test, faster moving frugality? Our test data shows that the new Prius is capable of no longer clogging up the fast lane. Whether you're a fan or not, there's no denying that the Toyota Prius has heritage. The over 2-decade-old nameplate is a stand-in for hybrids generally and even has a go-to look, an iconic wedge silhouette festooned with often awkward, dorky styling cues. The 5th-generation Prius keeps that doorstop shape but slathers it with bold lighting, undulating surfaces, and a touch of beauty. Really? That the new Prius, internally dubbed the WX60, delivers even better fuel economy and some actual driving panache shows that it's not just out to win buyers over with its looks, but can any Prius, even this fresh new one, satisfy its core constituency, the folks in need of efficient A-to-B transportation, and typically Prius dismissive car enthusiasts alike? We drove the new 2023 Toyota Prius for a week and put it through its paces at the track to find out. Surprises abound in the new Prius. We seemed to get about as many compliments from strangers, or more, driving it as we do when wheeling around the latest sports cars. Our test car's mid-level XLE trim, 19-inch wheels, and glittering supersonic red paint, which accentuated the muscular fenders and sweeping character lines, surely helped. After gawking at the stylish exterior for a time, we played with the key fob for a while, working to confirm that the door lock/unlock noise that, on other cars, is often a toot of the horn or a chirp, here is instead an electronic ditty played over external speakers. A pleasant hum. Toyota has leaned into futurism here, and its approach seems to be working across the sensory spectrum. The attention to detail continues inside, where the cockpit-like setup is more driver-focused than the past few generations' centralized gauge cluster. A conventional central touchscreen lies above a row of straightforward climate controls, though strangely, the volume knob favors the front seat passenger. It's located all the way in the lower right corner of the 12.3-inch display. Improved materials and a full-width ambient lighting strip go a long way toward sprucing up the interior. Our car was equipped with the fixed glass roof package, dual panels with manual sunshades, which also adds that larger 12.3-inch infotainment touchscreen to complement the 7.0-inch driver display that's standard across the whole range. We're fans of the XLE's heated faux leather front row seats. Not only do they look upscale with contrasting stitching and accents, but they breathe well and provide great support for long journeys. Storage solutions abound. There's a hidden compartment that Toyota has cheekily labeled #hidden compartment in the center stack, a feature that goes back to previous incarnations of the Prius. These subtle hashtag labels are everywhere, from the #glovebox to the #panoramic glass roof, and though we're not sure any of those features will ever trend on Twitter, they're all welcome. In other places, like the side of the dashboard and the rim of the windshield, Toyota placed tiny silhouettes of the Prius, for the fans, of course. In the past, this is the point in the review where we try to square our rigorous testing procedures with the Prius' traditionally lackluster performance. After all, Toyota's hybrid hatchback has long been merely an appliance placing fuel economy before everything else, including speed, handling, and driver satisfaction. We're stoked to inform you the 2023 Prius is actually fun to drive. It rides better than before, too, offering more comfort and stability over poor road surfaces despite the XLE's saucier 19-inch rolling stock. Much of our enjoyment is owed to the Prius' excellent steering. On-center feel is present, and supplemented by a tidy turning radius. To the benefit of commuters and cab drivers, the Prius still makes for a great city car. Toyota upgrades the 2023 Prius with a 2.0-liter four-cylinder engine, instead of a 1.8-liter, and with its dual-motor hybrid drive system, total output leaps from 121 horsepower to 194 horsepower. That huge power increase chops the 0 to 60 mph acceleration time to just 7.2 seconds, a massive improvement over the outgoing model's 9.8-second time. There is ample power to haul the compact hatchback up to freeway speeds without having to put your foot to the floor, or hold it there for pregnant pauses. The steering is so precise and the chassis is so talkative that one can confidently work the Prius into a rhythm. The fuel economy-friendly tires have more than enough grip for the way these cars will be driven in the real world. Around our Figure 8 test track, road test editor Chris Walton remarked, "Well, I never expected a Prius to be this sporty. Quite neutral on the skid pad with more grip than expected." Again, never before would we have waxed enthusiast over the dynamic behaviors of a Prius, as no prior model has ever qualified as remotely fun to drive, but it's now somewhat satisfying when pressed hard. At $34,220 as tested, the 2023 Toyota Prius XLE represents a strong value. Foregoing the $495 supersonic red paint and $1,735 glass roof and touchscreen combo brings the price down to just $31,990. With its EPA estimated 52 miles per gallon, the Toyota practically guarantees plentiful savings at the gas pump. For buyers looking to save a bit more, there's still the baseline model priced as low as $28,545, and that version returns 57/56 of a mile per gallon city/highway thanks to its smaller wheels and tires, which should also deliver a smoother ride. Those desiring a more luxurious Prius experience can spring for the $35,660 limited model, and all-wheel drive is available on any trim for $1,400, though it incurs a slight fuel economy penalty. Overall, though, in a market where prices seem to have run away, the Prius is a reasonable proposition. A more cynical pundit might judge the Prius more harshly for what it isn't, a full-blown EV. But we think the 2023 Toyota Prius is simply great for what it is, an efficient hybrid hatchback that's far more affordable than most EVs while also not being tethered to a charging network. That it accomplishes this prosaic mission with more pizzazz than any previous Prius means for the first time, we'd recommend it to folks looking for something beyond a utilitarian conveyance with low running costs.